Okay, continuing with 7th chords in C. This time we're going to focus on the 4th line of this handout and turn our 2-5-1s into minor 2-5-1s, which is going to be very easy. You may see on a lead sheet like Blue Bossa or something like that, a 2-5-1 in C minor, and the 2 chord is going to have a flat 5 attached to it, and the 5 chord, or the G7th, is going to have a flat 9 attached to it. Luckily, we don't have to address that because we're only using the root, the 3rd, and the 7th in our chord voicings. So we can happily ignore that stuff. I'm going to show you once we get through with these A voicings how sometimes those intervals are in the melody and it kind of fills out the harmonic picture anyway. So nice and easy, the 2 chord and the 5 chord, or in the key of C, the D minor 7th and the G7th chord, don't change at all, okay? Because we're not adding some of that other fancy stuff that's farther down towards the right of the chord. All right, so in this case, D minor 7, we just went over that in the last video. 1, 3, 7, G7th, 7, 1, 3, okay? Just like our major turnaround. But to go to C minor 7th, we're simply going to flat the 3rd and the 7th, okay? And there's our turnaround to C minor 7, 2-5-1. Okay, here it is, the sound of substituting the 6th instead of the 7th. Okay, also a really cool sound. The minor turnarounds have a nice kind of darker kind of a sound to them. So here's what I was talking about with the Blue Bossa and the last line of Blue Bossa. When we get to the 13th measure, the melody note against the D minor is A flat. There's the flat 5 of the chord. Now I'm on G7th. The melody is still A flat, so that's the flat 9 of G7th, and that resolves beautifully to C minor. Okay, we don't really talk that much in this class about improvisation, but I like the idea of knowing little snippets that work really well against any chord. Okay, so when you play the G7th, the sound of A flat, or the flat 9, and B flat, the sharp 9, all right, if this isn't making too much sense to you, don't worry about it, but it's a really nice resolution sound. Maybe we'll try that when we go to the key of G minor also. All right, it's a really commonly used resolution kind of sound. All right, so we're going to go to the 2-5-1 in using the B voicings again, demonstrating the progression in the key of G minor. And pretty sweet, we don't have to change our 2 chord or our 5 chord. A minor 7 and D7 remain the same because we're not adding flat 5s and sharp 9s or flat 9s. And then again, all we have to do is change our G major 7th into a G minor 7th. Okay, here was the G major with F sharp and B. We're lowering the major 3rd down to the minor 3rd. We're lowering the major 7th down to the minor 7th. Here's that progression again. Here's our Blue Bossa riff again. Okay, when I get to that D7th, sharp 9, flat 9, resolving to the D of the G minor chord, or the 5th. Okay, so there's the major and minor 2-5-1s using the A voicings and the B voicings. Next, we're going to start turning these into music and applying them to some tunes that we've worked on.